ahead.
Special teams were clutch tonight, 3 power play goals.
Yeah.
How crucial was that?
Huge. Special teams played a big part in us stretching that game, but I thought we played well from start to finish. Our guys came ready to play all weekend. We had some coming of age of a couple of players, young players. We go back to random thoughts. We go back to Smitty for the 2 nights in a row. He was outstanding. He was in a good groove. Luke Jaycock's best game of the year. That's what guy coming of age. I thought he was outstanding tonight. Brodzinski gets another goal. He was in my doghouse a little bit early in the game, but he fought through it. Real solid defensive game, and they played really hard. I mean, that was a much closer game than the score. A couple power play goals were changing for us, but very pleased how we played.
Yeah, were you guys anticipating like a more? It seemed like it was more physical tonight.
They were on their toes tonight.
Yeah.
They were moving, and they were much more physical. They were meeting us at impact at the blue line. So we were, when we got pucks deep, we were pretty good. But they stopped us from getting deep a lot of times, which that's why shots were 8-8 after one. I looked up another time they're 15-15. They were going toe-to-toe up and down the rink, and the power play tonight was, getting the first goal was huge, and then obviously, goal 1 and 2, when we get a couple special teams, and then penalty kill was excellent when it needed to be.
Mm-hmm. What made you decide to go with Jeff on back-to-back nights?
I just, I'm going to tell you, it's nothing like.
Yeah.
I have nothing earth-shattering to tell you outside of the fact this was a big game.
Yeah.
Let's get back. We were 500 in league play. We just go above. We're back at home, and it was to send a message and maybe to show our young guy that's how you bounce back. That's how you're ready to play. Mm-hmm. And Smitty did it. That's what we needed to happen. So, young David will be back in there at some point, but he learned a lesson tonight.
Mm-hmm. 5 different goal scorers. I mean, that's just kind of
Oh, wow. Well, and Petey, good for Petey. I mean, he's had his chances, and now he get that one over with. And you saw the bench erupt when he got that. But again, I mean, that's the depth played through. Both power play units found ways to score tonight. If I'm not mistaken, Ashan's unit might have had 2, if I remember right. And that's what you need. You got to have 2 units that can turn games at special moments.
Was Petey not feeling well this weekend, or it sounded
No,
like he was game time or something?
No, he just had a little something happen right before the game yesterday, and they worked through it.
Okay.
Coach, you're undefeated at home. What does it mean to this venue playing here?
Well, this team is found, a couple of years ago we were great on the road, so I don't ever put a whole lot of. You just let them roll as they happen, and we're 1 and 2 on the road. What it tells us is we're going to have to play on the road. We've had all these home games, so we do. It's going to come around, and we'll be fine. We'll figure it out. You only take them as they roll through, and okay.
Well, congrats, first of all. What were some key things that in this game tonight? Because obviously it was a lot different game than last night. What would you guys do pretty well tonight throughout, you think?
We got the puck in deep and, let our forwards go to work. They did a great job, battling for pucks and getting them either back down deep and cycling or up to the points for some shots. Our transition game was great tonight, and, it all plays together in how we should be playing.
Coach mentioned this was the best game of the year for you. It's early on. That's got to give you some good confidence. Having a good one.
Yeah. It's since the first game, I can just feel my confidence going up and up, and playing with, Jimmy, Lizzo, Borgs, and Akon, it's always nice knowing I can get out of my comfort zone a little bit and know that they're back there covering for me if I do make a mistake.
What's it been like just overall, here in the early part of the season? Because obviously when you kind of come in, there's a lot of guys battling for playing time. What have you tried to do, I guess, throughout this and to get more on the ice more?
Just playing my game. Not a big offense guy. More of a stay-at-home defenseman, and it's just every day you got to go in and compete. And we all should be playing, but unfortunately it doesn't work like that. So I've been fortunate enough to get the amount of ice time I have been getting, and I'm hoping to keep getting better and better as the season goes on.
What kind of happened on your goal?
You know, I might have blacked out a little bit, but I remember Judd giving me a nice pass and just kind of hammer it towards the net, and looked up and it was in the back, and kind of just threw my hands up.
You look pretty excited.
Oh yeah, it doesn't happen very often, so when it does, it's really exciting.
Let's talk about, you play a lot of hockey for a lot of different teams. You guys, again, 5 different guys, scoring goals tonight. You've been on a team that's had that kind of balance, consistently?
Not really. The group of guys we got, they're, probably one of the best groups of guys that I've ever played with, and it just shows how much talent our team has. In and out, any given night, anybody can score. So it's a fun team to play on, and we're just hoping to keep going, getting better and better as the year goes on.
Yeah. Were you guys anticipating like a lot more physical play tonight out of them, or?
We knew they were going to bounce back after last night. We knew they're a skilled team, and we knew that after last night, kind of getting after them a little bit, they were going to come out with some fire tonight, and I thought we did a good job of bouncing back and just playing our game and focusing on that.
You continue to remain undefeated at home as your first year here. What makes this atmosphere so special?
The fans are great. Just being able to play here in front of everybody, and when we score the goals, it just gets so loud in here, and it's just the fans do a great job of making it a fun atmosphere to play in.
Thank you. Congrats on the win. Special teams were definitely able to shine tonight. 3 power play goals. How crucial was that?
Yeah, that was big. Every time you get a power play, especially in this league, you gotta score. And we worked a lot with it in practice. Changed some things up. Bob was just kind of telling us to get the puck to the net a little bit more. So I think that was a big part. Is just kind of shooting the puck when you can and making plays when you want to.
Describe what just overall what practice was like this week. You guys obviously were not happy with how things went at all over the last weekend, and I know Coach was talking about changing some things up this week. What kind of changed, and what was it like just in practice overall?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit more intense, upbeat practice. We weren't freaking out or anything. It was just Monday. It was probably a little bit more intense than the past Mondays, and a few more hits and like kind of harder plays, I guess, and more concentration on like making plays and passes, I would say. And we got skated a few more, just kind of get the lungs going after the Denver series, get our legs underneath us, but nothing too much. We just kind of came back and reevaluated about everything that we had to do, and like I said, worked on power play quite a bit, which ended up paying off.
Mm-hmm. With the more physical play even in practice, does that ramp guys up a little bit more, I guess, early on in a week?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially when it's your teammates, so you're not killing each other. But
yeah.
When they're feeling you and you're feeling them, kind of gets you ready for the weekend. Especially against a team like that, they like to run around a little bit more than most NCHC teams. So we just kind of bumped each other around in practice here and there, and got ready for the weekend.
Yeah.
And you're in your second year. What's it like to see some of the freshmen step up? Jay Cox and Brodzinski having pretty good weekends.
Yeah, it's awesome. They're great kids on and off the ice, so it's just great to see them get some success, and you can tell they're all trying to get a little bit more comfortable lately. So, I saw Coxie when he scored. He turned around and just had the biggest smile on his face. So that's always great to see. And Brodsy he's obviously turned it on too. So it's awesome to see.
With Luke, you've seen him every day in practice and stuff. Just describe him a little bit as a player, and what has he kind of brought to you guys here so far?
Yeah, obviously defensively, he's a huge part. He's 6'3", 6'2", long stick, penalty killer when he gets a little bit more comfortable. And after he scored, Jim and I looked at each other and we were saying how he makes it look so easy. He's never really out of position. He doesn't really try to do too much, and he's always pretty under control, which is great for a defenseman like him, especially a freshman, to have that much poise. So it's going to be pretty interesting to watch him over the next few years.
It's 1-0 going in third, and were you guys, I guess, at all concerned? Sometimes with a lead like that, even if you're kind of dominating play, something bad happens. You get a bad break or something like that. Your lead's gone, and then also the game changes.
Yeah, nobody was really concerned in the locker room. In a 1-0 game, going into the third, you have one unlucky bounce, and it can be a 1-1 game, tie, new game. So we were telling each other that in the locker room and just kind of reminding ourselves to be humble and try to pop a few and we're a pretty good third period team, as you can see through the past previous games. And, we just kind of stick to it, get our nose in the dirty areas and try to win lots of corner battles, and it ends up paying off.
What about Smith in there for both games this weekend, only letting 2 goals pass both Friday and Saturday? How crucial is his performance?
Yeah, both of our goalies are getting pretty comfortable in net, and Smitty for sure showed it this weekend. I think it was the first weekend where he got both games, maybe, and he for sure showed his confidence, and he definitely saved a few, especially Friday night's game. They came out pretty hot, and one of the first shifts, he made a pretty nice save and saved us. So if they both keep on playing well, it's going to be a hard decision for Moscow, but I think it's a good problem to have.